Okay, let's see who's out there. We have Sylvia, Clinton Township, New Jersey, WABC, go.
Hi, Mark. Mark, it is you who are trying to dumb down your listeners. The fact of the matter is that when President Obama, who I did not vote for, took office, he inherited...
Yes, you did. You've been on this show many, many times. Yes, you supported him.
But, Mark, when President Obama took office, George Bush handed over to him a month of jobs.
Okay, let's lower her a second. Mr. Producer, did I tell you within the first sentence she would mention George Bush? Within the first sentence. Go ahead, Sylvia.
Weren't you just talking about how, everything was hunky-dory, when the reality is, for your listeners, that you should check it out in the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the numbers. For the last quarter of 2007 through 2008, jobs were being lost at 100,000, 150, 200, 250, culminating in 750,000.
Now lower her down. I've got those numbers right in front of me. The last quarter of 2007, unemployment was September 4.7%, October 4.7%, November 4.7%, December 5%.
Mark, it is...
Yes, Sylvia, yes, you're a drone.
700...
You're a drone. There's nothing I can do about it. Now, here's the point, Sylvia. I'm not saying George Bush was great for the economy, particularly near the end of his presidency. I'll tell you the opposite. Just as Hoover introduced us to FDR, I think in his last months, Bush introduced us to Obama and his policies. That said, how do we address this? For drones like you, the answer is to push the whole country over the cliff. That's how we save ourselves. For people like me who have a comprehension of economics, who have a comprehension of history, I know that freedom, free markets, growth, wealth creation, production, that's how you increase economic activity. What's your solution, Sylvia?
Well, my solution is that...
All right, first of all, you talk too fast. Slow down. Go ahead.
My solution is that we stop building straw men and silly subjects to talk about...
Okay, I'm going to ask you again, because so far you're proving yourself to be an ass. I asked you, what would you do with the economy to grow jobs, create businesses, and expand the private sector? Go.
You know what I would do? I would cut corporate tax rates, but what I would do is I would eliminate tax loopholes like the ones that we have that give tax breaks to companies that move jobs overseas.
All right, what tax breaks are those?
Well, Mark, there is...
No, what specifically? I hear this all the time, and I don't know what they are. What? There are no tax breaks for companies that go overseas. They pay an income tax, a corporate income tax, at the rate that they pay overseas. All these other companies overseas that come into our country, they don't pay our corporate income taxes. Excuse me. Once they pay our corporate income taxes, the country where they're headquartered, they don't have to pay corporate income taxes. So if you're saying it's a tax break because a foreign company pays corporate income taxes to one country, but ours pay to two countries, and we ought to stop that, that's not a tax break. You're going to kill American business and American jobs even more. So what are you exactly talking about, Sylvia?
Mark, there's lots of things. For example, we should do something about the fact that China charges 20%.
All right, stop. I asked you a question, and you're bouncing around like a jelly bean. I said to you, what corporate tax break are you talking about? And you haven't given me an answer.
Well, Mark, I have tried to give you an answer. Or do anything that we can to increase manufacturing and production in this company.
And how do we do that? By driving up costs through Obamacare? By unleashing the EPA to impose Soviet-style industrial policies on our society? How do we do that, Sylvia?
Mark, we are the only industrial nation that imposes...
Now get out of here. You're giving me a headache.
Oh, shut up.
That's Ronnie Reagan there. She's never going to answer a question. For all my years on radio, she can't answer a question. I'm not the other host. I'm not going to let her drone on for a half hour. I can't put up with it. She didn't answer a single damn question because she can't. Steve, Haymarket, Virginia, WMAL, a Democrat. Go.
Mark, hey,
where's my music, first of all? Let's go ahead and put that on. Go ahead, Steve.
You pointed out that extending the tax cuts for the rich did absolutely nothing to create jobs.
Okay, I didn't point out anything about tax cuts. And why are you attacking small business, sir?
I'm not.
Why are you attacking the little restaurateur on the corner? Why are you attacking the mechanic? Quiet. Why are you attacking the dry cleaner that makes $250,000 a year? Go ahead.
So few pass-through entities now.
They're what?
It's not even applicable.
Why don't you answer, Mike? You libs can't handle this. It's tough. When somebody actually engages you on the substance. Sir, tax cuts for the rich. We're talking about, for the most part, little ma and pa shops, pizza parlors, dry cleaners, places like that make $250,000 or so, $250,000 a year. Is a millionaire, sir, somebody who earns $250,000 a year and has to hire 4, 5, 6 employees?
There isn't any pass-through entities now, Mark.
All right, thank you for your call. There's a pass-through entity. Goes in your brain and out your butt. There's a pass-through entity. All right, Mr. Producer. Are they answering any questions? No. Bush, pass-through entities? Whew. The drones are very excited, lady. We've got that unemployment moving from 9 to 8.9, according to the official statistics. Now, according to Gallup, they're going in the other direction, up. But the drones are thrilled that 5 million of their fellow Americans are out of the workforce and on the welfare rolls. They're thrilled. Everybody says, where did they go? I know where they went. They're on the welfare rolls. It's working. They're transforming society. The president's all excited about his 8.9% too. Yes, he wants credit for it. He wants credit. Everything's turning around. I'm looking here at an article 2 days ago. Actually, it's 1 day ago, yesterday. CNN Money. The big sucking sound you heard last week, that was the air being taken out of the housing market by a slew of bad reports, followed by some dire predictions by an industry bubble spotter. He sees a double bubble. Was that covered yesterday by the lib media, where they really, what, Mr. President, look at this? Not a damn thing. By the spoken media, by the picture media, TV and radio. But all signs are positive, except if you own a home. Now, if you own a home, you're in deep crap. You're going under. But look at this. All signs are positive. We've gone from 9% to 8.9. Did not this administration say a few months ago that this was a systemic problem? That we're going to have unemployment around 8, 9, 10% for the next 8, 9, 10 years? Did they not say that? Yes, they did. Are they not correct? Yes, they are. Because that's what they're doing. And then we get Sylvia calling. What do we have to do, Mark? What do we have to do? Get the companies. Get the. What are they, all on crack or something? I've never seen so much excitement over so little. Well, here's the deal. Here's what we really need to do. Let's spend another $3 trillion that we don't have. Add that toward that. Then we might get it down to 8.8%. What do you say? And then maybe we'll throw another million people out of the workforce. Then we'll have 6 million who are gone on the welfare rolls, but we'll drive that unemployment rate from 8.9 to 8.8. And who cares? A little more trillion here, trillion there deficit. What's the big deal? Right, Sylvia? Right. All right, let's take another call, shall we? Brian, Dover, Delaware, the great XM satellite. Go.
Good evening, the great one. God bless you for what you do.
Thank you.
I get so annoyed at these people calling up that don't know what it's like. They know what it's like to get a paycheck, but they don't know what it's like to work for a living. My wife and I own a corporation. It consists of me and my wife. We don't pay corporate tax. We pay income tax.
Exactly.
At the end of the year, we pay over 55% of our income for income tax because of our S-Corp. Now take into consideration our workman's comp, our general liability, our business and personal tax for the county. I'm lucky if I bring home 20% of what I make.
And this is what's annoying, Brian, because we get tax cuts for the rich. Are you rich, Brian?
No, sir.
You're a proprietor, right?
Not paying $3.70 a gallon for diesel, which was $1.60 2 years ago.
Well, now you raise another brilliant point. Not only are you not rich, but these policies that the leftists impose on us, the drones and their supporters and their leaders, they're driving up the price of fuel. They're driving up the price of food. They're driving down the value of the home. They're telling us 8.9%. We should be celebrating in the streets. Look at this. We have a recovery. Are they out of their damn minds?
I don't know where they're getting this information from, but I'm on the street traveling down the road, and I see it every day. I see the price of fuel doubling, and how can I go charge my customers double for the same item I did a year or so ago? You can't.
Wait until this really kicks in, too, because everybody's saying, oh, it's Libya, it's Libya. No. Obama's doing this. This was happening months ago. We talked about it. And we played audio of, I think it was the former chairman of Chevron saying, we're not drilling. We're not refining. We got a huge problem here. We see what they've done to these rigs. offshore. They're leaving. We see what they're doing in Alaska. They're obstructing new drilling. It's all over the place. You gotta be Helen Keller not to see what the hell's going on out there.
Well, that brings up another point. Look at my medical insurance. Over the last 18 months since he's taken over this Obamacare, my premiums have gone up and my out-of-pocket expenses 45%.
Yeah, because they have to bank money for all the pre-existing that's coming online. And the other thing he did is he took the cap off. So if somebody has an illness and it's $50 million, you're going to pay for it. I mean, thank you for your call, Brian, because you crystallized all this for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us summarize, shall we? Mark, why are you so negative? Actually, I'm being very positive because we're going to throw these bums out. Very positive. Housing values are going down. They haven't picked up. They're going down. And some fear a double dip. I pray that doesn't happen because that's going to wipe out a whole ton of people who are right on the edge right now. You see what's happening to the price of fuel. They want to blame Libya. Libya has 2% of the world's production. That's not Libya. That's intentional United States government policy. And it started long before the Middle East turned into this magnificent democracy movement. Now, yes, I'm sarcastic. The price of food has been going up and probably started all this in the Middle East, toppling the regime in Tunisia, toppling Mubarak, and it's still going up, and this administration and its EPA is still pushing ethanol, even faster than before, taking corn and wheat out of production for food and moving it toward fuel. Yes, but the unemployment dropped 0.1%. Yes, we're moving in the right direction. 5 million people hit the welfare rolls since 2007. But don't worry, they'll be back for sure. All we need to do at this pace is keep it up for the next 7 years. Oy. You know what? Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I've been looking at this the wrong way. Maybe 8.9% unemployment is great for this Brit. No wonder he's all excited. There you are. This is where we are. 8.9% is a great unemployment number for this president. So we should keep congratulating him and all the drones that follow him. Notice they're not unemployed drones. Notice they're not people who lost their homes. No. They're the 35% of Americans, no matter what you tell them, no matter what they see, no matter what they learn, or what they can learn, they won't learn. They go to that voting booth on Election Day, foaming from the mouth. Democrat, who's the Democrat? I'll be right back. Haven't been that many republics, I should say, in human history, but you can see how they're lost. You heard a couple of the drones calling. You can see how they're lost. We have the most dynamic economic system ever devised by man. It embraces the laws of economics. The most prosperous society ever established by man. And by man, I mean it generically. Man, women, whatever. And we have people in this country who want to destroy it and are actively trying to. And they think you're a moron. Look at that. 8.9%. The recession's over. 8.9% is a recession, you idiot. Oh, and forget everything they told you before about unemployment won't go over 8%, because 6 months later they said we have a systemic problem with unemployment. We're going to see it for a long, long time. Mr. Producer, I changed my mind. Do you have that Gibbs, voice from the dead? Do you have that cut from a few months ago? Oh, he put it away. All right, well, we have Gibbs saying, yes, we're going to have unemployment for a long, long time. We're going to be dealing with it for a long, long time. Almost giddy about it, so they can hang it over our heads all the time to promote more and more government. Here he is. Go.
But it does sound like you are reluctant to admit that this is a long-term problem, and that if you were going to offset this...
Joe, I hazard to say I would not make a lot of news if I stood up here, as I'm about to do, and say that I think we're going to be dealing with unemployment for a long, long time.
No, you're wrong, Bobby. Bobby Gibbs. Or is it Bobby Gibb? You're wrong. We're down to 8.9%. It's dropping like a rock. It's great. Next month, I think it's going to be 8.8. I think, if they don't adjust it up. 8.9, 8.8. Maybe it'll slip back to 8.9 and back to 8.7. Maybe then slip up to 9.1. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it, watching the destruction of our society? Yes, this is exactly how Rome fell. We'll be right back.